And we are live. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining Deann and I. And for the first time on my channel, please welcome Deann, Shield Maiden Tarot. She needs no introduction, I am sure. But thank you, anyways, Miss Shield Maiden, for coming on.
I know Justin's mom and Jake Tay. Hi.
Yes, say hello to everyone popping in. So, today, for some people, like I find it here in my book because I like to have a little extra blur, but for the pagan holidays, those who spirituality, nature, today is a Sabbath, and it is Lunasa, or also known as Lammas, and it is the first of the harvest festivals before the last one, which is Samhain, which is Halloween for us, October, regular society, October 31st. So just celebrating a beautiful first harvest, enjoying the fruits of your labor, and not just from the garden, but for anything that you might have planted during the spring.
And it's
So
called Llamas.
It's called the Christianized version of it is called Lammas. It is traditionally called Lunisad. Sometimes you'll hear it pronounced a little bit differently. And it
Okay.
was actually named after the Celtic sun god Lugh, Lugh, who, gave the sun for growing the crops there. And so it was, in his honor that the first harvest was celebrated, because without the sun, which he was the sun, the shining light, there would be no crops that have grown. So very earth centered. So
Yeah, I've heard a lot of Christian traditions were intermingled with pagan traditions years ago because, as you know, my ancestry on my dad's side is Viking, and when they came over and they were conquered or whatever by England, and they had that fight. A lot of them didn't want to give up their pagan traditions,
and
so they ended up intermingling them. So the Christmas tree, the wreath, the mistletoe, the Easter eggs, what else?
Easter bunny,
Yule log,
the Samhain, the celebration. I find it's interesting. They allowed it to be called Halloween, and they allow everybody one day of the year to go and be things that they consider evil and demonic on any other day during the year. I just found that kind of funny. But let's see. So I found my little blurb here. So if everybody would be just patient with me, I would love to share this and saying hi really quick. Hello, Shaw Woman Dina. Thank you for coming. We have Teresa Levine. We have Deann, Secrets of the Red Moon Tarot. I just love saying that. That is so poetic.
That's a new name. It used to be the Hermit's Corner. I see you changed it, Deann. I like the new name.
Yes, very beautiful. And again, we have Justin's mom. We have Jake Tay. Viviani, welcome. And so I have for today too on the side in case I need it. And I feel like my cards will call to me when it feels like they need, which ones want to be present. Then I'll usually pick others for different readers for questions. But I do have a deck called Witch's Wisdom Oracle cards.
Oh.
And they do have a card for Lunasad. So I am going to read their little blurb on here. And it says, Lunasad brings great tidings of prosperity. Your planted seeds have grown into an abundant crop, and now the harvest has been reaped. A time of opportunity and good fortune is upon you. Everything is going your way. The venture you put your heart and soul into, in whatever form, is ready to flourish. Your dreams have been answered, and your spells for good fortune are ripe for the picking. Success is yours, and like a true alchemist, everything you touch right now turns to gold. So don't let a single opportunity pass you by, for you are supported as you walk your rightful path. This is what you've been waiting to hear. So enjoy every moment and remember and appreciate and bless everything that comes your way. Your days of famine are no more. It's time to reap the rewards and feast upon the good you have created as Lunasad shines upon you. So this relates on all levels, personal projects that we started. Even if just our gardens, we're starting to see, like my sister planted a garden. Her
You have
tomatoes are
one?
starting. No, my sister. My sister's garden is starting to grow. She started to pull off some tomatoes. And for, back then, this was an important time because the next 3 months between animals and harvest is what's going to get you through that winter. And whether or not you and your family or your village is going to make it and survive. So, this is a great time to start kind of looking back on the year, seeing what we have planted in our personal lives, whether it's new projects, maybe doing something differently about ourselves, new interests, or even working in the garden, anything that's
Well, I guess
creative.
this could be considered. I mean, it's not. I'm not a gardener. I do not have a green thumb. If I could kill
Mhm.
a cactus, I swear I could kill a cactus. But even the YouTube channel, that's like you plant seeds. You start out small and
Yes,
try
any
to watch it
project. Yes.
grow. You
Hmm.
start. It doesn't start out.
Hmm. No, I started my first live was, I think, the first week of January. My first subscriber was Stone Marble. And when within that first week I had about four, and now I'm up to about 218, I believe. So at this time, it's to look back being grateful for whatever it is that you have, no matter if it might be small. At least celebrate those little
Yeah.
accomplishments and goals that you have placed for yourself.
Well, imagine if
So
200 people were in your house to listen to you read cards or talk. That's a lot of people. It don't
yeah,
seem like
yeah,
it if
I
you're
look.
comparing to other people, but don't compare
Mhm.
to other people. For me, that's a lot of people. When I got 100, I was like, I got 100 people, you
I
know?
know it was shocking, and when I looked, I go, oh my goodness, I'm up to over 200 now. Um, it feels good because when I go live, like right now, like the people that are popping in, Kristen, Teresa, excuse me, Viviani, Dean, all these people are regulars. So when I see them pop in, it always puts a smile on my face
Yeah.
because even though YouTube likes us to build our numbers, for me, it's really the quality over the quantity. When I see people pop in, I know that they're there because they care and they
Yeah, and you
want
know
really
what?
want
I
to be
care
here.
about them too because, like,
Mm-hmm.
Justin's mom, for instance,
Yep.
Viviani, Mimi, Rose, all them, they were always there, and so
Mm-hmm.
like when they're not there, sometimes I'm like, I think Mimi Rose had something going on. I'm like, is she okay? I haven't seen her. I haven't seen her in a
Mm-hmm.
few. And I actually emailed her. I'm like, are you all right? Because you get to
Yeah.
be friends with these people, even though it's internet, even though we don't see each other's faces so much. I truly do care.
You create a bond. Yes.
We become
Because they
friends.
trust
Even
us with our questions, and we do our very best to give them the best possible reading,
try.
especially if times are difficult. And yeah, it just feels good when I see everybody oh, we love you too, Justin's
I love
mom.
you
Oh my
too, Justin's
goodness.
mom, very much. She's
Yes.
a doll. I so many, and Teresa Levine's here, and I
Yeah.
mean,
I didn't know, Kristen, you had a channel.
Kristen Louise has a channel.
She
Do I
says
have her?
she said,
Now I
she
gotta
goes, I
know.
wish I knew who my first subscriber was. I'll
I
have to go. So, Kristen, if you're a moderator, or if I have a moderator in here who can put Kristen Louise's link in the
Kristen
chat, please do so.
Louise.
Yep. She says, yep.
Okay, Kristen, I'm subscribed to you now. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get you.
Clarence comes in and out, Teresa. He's there for a while, then he pops out. I've noticed that too with Stone Marble, my first subscriber. She pops in and out. So, yeah, when I do see these, who I haven't seen in a long time is Arlene.
Who?
Um,
Arlene?
yeah, why her last name is leaving me. Not Arlene Forney, but Arlene from Lisa and Sharon, Nasty Women. The one that lives up in Canada as well.
Arlene. I don't know if I know her. Let me.
Oh yeah, everybody would know
Kristen.
Arlene. I just can't think of her last name. Oh, thank you, Deann.
I'm gonna put hit the link on here.
I hate it when you know somebody's name and it's right there on the tip of your tongue, and
I'll
then
put
there's just
mine.
crickets.
I'll put mine in there too, just in case anybody that's not subscribed
Yes.
wants to.
Oh, did I? Oh, see,
You
now this
might have.
is something that I'm learning how to do. I didn't know that I could go and copy somebody's um YouTube link and put it in the description. I thought you could only put it in the chat. So I
Oh
might
yeah,
have that might have slipped my mind. So
don't worry about
that's
it.
my bad.
I that's fine by me. I just I you should have seen I did a show with Kevin the Healing Medium and Susan the other
Mhm.
day, and it was a hot mess. I had a link and then it wasn't working. I had three links
Um,
going and I had people in each one. And I'm like, oh
oh
no, what did
no,
I do? And so I
I
had to kind
know.
of delete them and redo. I don't know what I did. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know what
did
I
my
did.
very one of my very first lives. I had Gerald in the chat and everything, and next thing you know, I tapped on something and I was gone. I could see people. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I went out and then it wouldn't let me back in. And I had to do another one. And I was just like, no, she's all over here.
I know. And it's always like when you have somebody on, like I had Andrea on from Lilac Tarot, and I had this echo throughout the whole thing. That's why I ended up buying this. But I didn't know about it till the end. And it's always like that stuff happens the least time you want it to happen, you know? But I think everybody goes through it with that has a channel.
So, what projects and goals did you have this year that you're starting to see the rewards from? Anything that's growing that besides your channel, of course?
Well, that's a big thing because I did not intend to have it grow as much as it did, and so I'm really, really, really grateful to everybody that you know, all the subscribers and stuff. But that is something I never thought in a million years I'd do. I used to
Mm-hmm.
hide when people tried to take a picture. I used to hide
Right.
under the covers. I would pretend I was sick. They would look for me at Christmas, and I'd be like, I'm sick. And I didn't want to have my picture taken. I
Wow.
tried to get out
Yeah.
of pictures at my wedding. So to be on here in front of a
Wow.
camera is
That's amazing.
weird and just nothing I would think. And I am usually very introverted as far as I only go out with one person at a time. And so to have all these people that I'm talking to, you know, is new for me, but I'm loving
You're
it.
being more vulnerable, and and you're starting to show people who you truly are,
Yeah.
and they're letting you know, hey, we like that. You don't have to. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful support that our community gives us. It
Learning I
really
can
is.
be myself, that I don't have to be anything, you know, and people who like me and who gravitate and people that don't won't. And I learned during COVID, I practiced Spanish for a year. I was trying to teach myself Spanish, so I know more
Wow.
Spanish than I did. I can understand more than I can speak. I can go to a restaurant and order though. But I need to start working on that. I kind of quit the Spanish when I started the YouTube because it's too much to try to
Yeah.
do Spanish and this.
Mm-hmm.
So I
So I
got to
do
find
this,
a
and
balance.
yeah, like with my art, and then doing this, I have to kind of delegate how much time do I focus, on my art so that one doesn't take over the other. And I'm trying to figure out how to combine the two in my channels. So, um, yeah,
Right. And I'm
I think,
having so much fun that I forget can't neglect my husband either, you know, because he'll say, you're on
he,
that YouTube an awful lot. And it's like, I'm sorry. But, you know,
no,
I got to try
he
to
supports
balance.
me. Yeah. He just, kind of, after a while when we moved to the new place, he said, it was less so there because I had to sit on the couch with him at the other place, and so now that he says you got your corner in your room over there, go in there and do that in there. But otherwise, he supports me, as much time as I want to spend on here.
That's
And
nice.
today we were at the park again for we got there at about 10:30 this morning and left at about 3:30, and time flies because the weather's so beautiful. We have a tree that we sit under, and as the sun day progresses, the the shadow of the shade of the tree moves, so we just move along with it.
That's cool. I
And
wish
we
I
have
could
the
sit under a
trees.
tree, but I'd never get back up. I cannot get
Oh,
on
we
the
have
ground.
chairs. No, we have chairs. Yeah, or
Oh,
else
okay.
no, I
I can
would
do
get
it
up
with a
off the
chair.
ground. Yes.
I was like
So
really impressed, Heather. It's like you can get under a tree and sit on the ground and get back
no,
up.
I used to, but that hurts now. But Sham brings his guitar. He plays his guitar, and I sit there and I'll have my
Oh,
art, or I'll grab one of my books to read a little bit more in depth on one of my decks that I have. Or sometimes I'll just, sit there and just ground myself and meditate a little bit and just enjoy, the the water. And Chris and
that's
Louise
what.
tried learning French. I did too, but I've tried learning a couple different. I wanted to learn Aramaic because of my reconnection with Mother Mary, with my readings and everything. I wanted to be able to learn how to um, say her name and her prayer in Aramaic. It's very difficult. So I took a break from that because then I was focusing so much on it's like, Heather, you could barely, at times speak your own languages. you know, don't, just focus on what you can do right now and, your art and your cards and but French is pretty. Yes, it is.
I love Spanish. It's always been my dream to learn Spanish, but I had somebody tell me if you can learn Spanish, you can then easier learn French or Italian
Italian,
because they're all the Latin languages and they're similar. So
the
if I could learn
romantic
Spanish,
languages.
then Italian would be my next.
Yeah. Yeah, when you hear people start speaking that French and it just just roll. It's just like,
Mine
oh,
is Spanish. Speak Spanish to me, man. I love Spanish, and I love Mexican food, and I love
mm,
Mexican music, and I love.
yeah.
So we're thinking this winter of
Ooh,
going to Mexico
maybe
and
past life.
staying. Yeah, we're going to go there for a month or two, maybe this winter if we're able. That's why I
Portuguese.
got to get back on the Spanish. I got to start learning Portuguese. Yeah, that's similar too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And because I have a friend who, my one teacher, I had a little teacher I had online, and she was helping me. She was from Venezuela, but some of theirs are same, and some of the words are different.
Mm-hmm.
And I have Hispanic friends, but they work, they got kids, they got jobs. I don't want to bother them.
When I lived in Arizona, I worked at Joycone. A lot of the women there were immigrant women and from South America, Mexico. One of my coworkers was from Colombia, Adriana, and she says, "I teach you the bad words."
I, yeah, you know what I did? I went to my friend Rosa's wedding. She married a white guy, and so it was half American and half Spanish. They had a mariachi band. They had the mom was making the Mexican food, the goat. They ate goat and some other food. And I swore I'd never eat goat because when they lived next to me when we were little, they had a goat,
Mm-hmm.
and I named him George, and I made him my pet. And then the next day, I went over, and George was all over the kitchen table in little bitty pieces. And Berta
Oh,
was holding George's heart in her hand. And I'm like, ah, I was 9. And I was like, I would
that
not
must
speak
have
to my
been
friend.
traumatic. Oh
Oh,
my
I
god.
wouldn't speak to Rosa. I said, if you eat George, I will not talk to you. Well, she ate George. I went to her wedding years later, and her mother was cooking goat. And I thought, all right, I'm an adult and I'm going to try this. Dang, it was good. The way her mom cooked it, it was good.
And at least it wasn't
I didn't
your
have him as a pet.
yeah.
I didn't know him and pet him.
What was his name again?
I named him George.
George. At least
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't George.
It wasn't George, at least. Yeah.
So yeah, let's see, Spanish to French. Oh,
Yeah, they
yeah,
use a th. They use in Spain, they use more
lots of
of the
different
TH
dialects.
sound. And in Puerto Rico, it's also Spanish, but their words are different and they're a lot faster. And
Oh yeah, sometimes it's like
Mexican is
whoa.
fast enough. Spanish is fast enough. The Mexican is Spanish, but the Puerto Rican is. Even my friend says she has trouble understanding Puerto Rican people because they talk so fast, even faster than her.
Mm-hmm. I
So
mean, I live in Buffalo. Well, I grew up in Buffalo. I lived on the west side, and there were a lot of Hispanic families, Puerto Rican, and I just was like, I could, I was just, oh my God, I couldn't, I couldn't follow anything that they said. I was just like, wow,
Well,
but
her
when it's your
mom,
natural language, it just comes naturally, and I'm just sitting there going, okay, I'm just going to let you tell me what you said, if you can, just a little.
I'm so mad I missed Fiesta en el Rio yesterday. They had a fiesta down by the river, and they have it every July. And I always go, and they have Mexican food, and they have dancing and bands and face painting for the kids and animals
Mm-hmm.
for them to pet and piñatas. And I have such a good time going there. And dang it, I forgot this year. But
Yeah.
yeah, her mother, you see my birthmark right here. Her mom, I used to be very, very self-conscious about it. And I'd always want to cover it up. And one time her mother said, "What is that on your friend's face?" She said in Spanish, and she asked me, and I went down, it's my birthmark. And she goes, and she said something in Spanish, and I didn't know what it was. And she said, I go, "What'd your mom say?" She said, "That's where Jesus kissed you when you were born." And I remember that meant everything to me. And
Oh,
now I had a doctor that said, that's hyperpigmentation. I could take that off with a laser. It's like, nope, 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 you ain't touching it. It's where Jesus kissed me when I was born. For
oh,
some reason, she made me go from being ashamed of my birthmark to being proud of my birthmark.
wow,
So
that was a beautiful thing to say.
it was to me
And
especially.
Sharon just popped in.
Hi,
Hello,
Sharon.
Sharon. Sharon, would you be interested in maybe joining us? Let me know.
Yeah, say yes, Sharon.
We're just doing spiritual, nothing political, just anything with, paranormal. And usually when you say paranormal, that actually includes everything now. Besides, when you hear paranormal, you're thinking, oh God, it's ghosts. But it's just, that includes,
I like ghosts.
ETs and,
Love ghost stories.
mysteries. Well, I grew up in a haunted house, so.
Ooh, I want to hear sometime about that. I love to hear
Well, it
about
was
that.
it wasn't a nice one,
It
and
wasn't?
yeah, sure, but I have to put clothes on. Yes,
What? Oh yeah, I guess you do. You be on camera.
yeah. I don't want to get like demonetized before I'm even monetized. They'd be like YouTube taking
It's
that.
not radio. I guess you
We're
do. I
timing you
guess you
out.
do.
Oh boy, that's funny. Yeah, but
You
let
have
me
a
know
melting
when
pot
you're.
family.
Oh,
Oh, African, Mexican, Puerto Rican, and Haitian. You do have a melting
ooh,
pot.
wow. No, that's some rich cultural heritage. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness. And food wise, and Kristen, Irish, British. Yep. I always call myself the Heinz 57.
Scandinavian,
Yeah.
German, Irish.
Hmm.
Let's see, Scandinavian, German, Irish. There's supposed to be some Blackfoot Indian in our family, and
I was supposed to have Native in my family, but when I had my ancestry.com done and my
mhm.
ancestry test, they said that there wasn't any. So I don't know if it's because, I told somebody, because they thought I wasn't. She goes, you know what? She goes, um, they don't really look for that. I don't think they have a very large database, maybe for DNA to compare to. She said she's going to look into it because there are a couple of other places that do DNA testing that look for specific markers or certain markers. So we'll see. But yeah, I was shocked when I had mine done, and I was like, was told we had like this much German and mostly Italian, Irish, and some French Canadian, Montreal, Quebec. And I come to find out, I had Finnish, I had Scandinavian, I had a lot of German, I had a large Eastern Europe, and I'm like, what the? And I tried tracing back on several family trees, and I'm like, the Swiss, the Alps. Oh my goodness, So yeah,
Well, I know about the
it's
Scandinavian
amazing.
part and the
And
Viking
Middle
part
Eastern.
because of my brother. He was doing research years ago before they had all this computer stuff, but he was doing research and he found out about the Viking ancestry. And then it said a lot of my family lived in England. Well, it turned out that I got a hold of some of the English people with my last name, and they had been investigated and said, yes, Scandinavian. And then my daughter had a DNA test done and got the Scandinavian. So I know that came from me because she's half
Hi,
Hispanic.
Karen. Just saying hello really quick. Karen Robinson popped in.
Hi, Karen.
Hello, Karen. And Karen, remind me if I'm let me know if I'm remembering correctly. You are currently working on a screenplay for a documentary or special on Marilyn
No.
Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get, because we read for Marilyn with Allie and Kelly
Yeah.
Dozen Cats last Monday. And I thought
She asked me
that was
something
Karen.
too, and I was so excited because I had never read on her, and all this stuff was coming up, and I was so excited to tell my husband. I jumped in the bed and I'm like, honey, this girl named Karen asked me these questions, and you won't believe all the stuff I found. And I'm trying to remember everything the card said, and then I'm like, well, you dummy, just play the
Video back. Yeah, I came across information on a great grandmother that I wanted to learn more about because there was absolutely no information. When I went on the family tree, it just said her name. It didn't give me a last name. It gave me, I think, maybe an approximate birth date, but there was nothing. And what was really interesting is when I was in my mid 20s, I started learning about automatic writing. And I thought I would give that a try. And somebody named Ava was coming through, or at least that's what I thought, because it was hard because I really didn't know what was what. And so over the years, I said, well, let's see if I get any messages. And I'm like, okay. But then I set the automatic writing aside because I couldn't really tell whether or not it was just random, things coming to me, if it might have been an outside influence, that kind of thing. And when I finally had my ancestry done and I took a look at my family trees, I actually found two way in the back great grandmothers with the first name of Ava. And the one that is the one that resonated with my writing, her married last name was Cassidy. And so I had asked one night, I know Kevin the healing medium was on, um, and with Nasty One with Sharon and Lisa. And I had asked about her and I had forgotten that I did and that I had written notes. And all these months later, I unpacked a notebook, starting to go through, well, what did I write in here? And here was a list of what they were telling me about her and people in chat that were readers. And Dean actually nailed it with a description because I had totally forgotten about that. And I had a dream a few months ago about being shown a woman who was around my height, maybe just a little taller, curly, um, uh, like grayish hair, grayish
Mm-hmm.
hair, wearing a shawl. And that's exactly who I saw in my dream. She
Oh,
was a
wow.
shorter woman. She was nicely, not like, I don't think wealthy, but, nicely dressed, had a shawl and had, the gray, black, curly, older woman hair. And I was like, and then the same day I found that, Dean popped into my chat, and I don't see Dean too often. And I was like, oh my God, Dean, you would not believe I just found you in my notebook today. So it's just amazing how everybody, when they share, trust in your
Mm-hmm.
gift. Oh, okay. Come here.
You got a baby, kitty? Oh, look at her eyes. Is it a boy or girl?
This is Mozzie. He's a boy.
Oh,
He's
he's
the one
a
that
boy.
likes to
Look at
come
his
in.
eyes.
Yeah, they're a little gooky. I mean, he hasn't
They're
cleaned them yet today.
beautiful.
Yes, but he
Oh,
can't
so
come on the table because he likes to show everybody his kitty butt. So, here,
so
I just want to pop
pretty.
that on there. So, the anniversary of Marilyn's passing Thursday, channeled her dog, and he picked up a struggle. Oh, well, that's interesting. So, yes, say hi. Okay,
Spirit
time to
Whisperer
go down.
channeled her dog. Wow.
And the dog told him that there had been a struggle. I mean, we all know. Yeah.
Justin mom said the food is amazing for holiday buffet from all the islands and African foods, which I love to cook. Ooh, Justin's mom, I want to come to your house and have you cook for me. I want to try African food. I've never tried that.
Yeah, lots of different game than what we have here in America, that's for sure. Jake wrote about automatic writing. It can be confusing. Some people are really good at it.
I've not done.
I
I
was good
tried it.
enough to get, and find out about Ava, so that linked me to her. And now that I have the cards, I find that my messages are much more easier to understand, and I can, trust, the cards than I kind of can with automatic writing, because I quite don't channel or receive in that way. So
is that your spirit guide, Ava, your ancestor? Do you
Ava
think?
Cassidy, yep, she's one of my
Mine is
spirit guides.
Asana. Of all things, I don't know. I never heard of that name in my life, but I have a pendulum board and it can spell things. And I asked what my guide's name, and it spelled Asana. And I've done it 3-4 times. I always get Asana, and I'm like, I have no idea where that name come from. I've never heard that name in my life. So I just
have you read on it?
Nope. I probably
have you had
should.
anybody else read on it?
Nope. I just know that's what it always spells, Asana. And then when I use my pendulum and I say, Asana, are you here? I always get yes. And
now,
I had
Asana feels kind of like a star seed to me, like an extraterrestrial spirit guide.
Maybe.
Did you ever ask? I was going to say, did you ask? But no, you already said that.
Let's do my pendulum. Let me see. See, Asana.
We could pull some cards too.
Yeah, I'm curious. Are you an extraterrestrial? Were you an extraterrestrial? No. What I got is that she was 65 years old when she passed. I did read this much. If 65 years old when she passed, it was a woman. And Thordis is a female Viking name. Really? Asana, are you a Viking? Were you a Viking woman? It's saying yes.
Now, before you go and use your pendulum, do you always ask for protection first, so that it's only you, that is your spirit guides that are communicating with you through your pendulum, and to make sure?
I do. And I always
something to. Here, I'm going to shuffle some stars.
Are you a Viking? I'm getting that she was Viking, which would not surprise me, because that would be ancestors, and Asana could be a Viking name.
Well, you thought that too, that the Vikings came from possibly
extraterrestrials. The Pleiadians possibly, because the Pleiadians are called the Norse Vikings. And since the family was from Norse, and I told you I did a show on were the Viking gods actually extraterrestrials, where Odin's ravens could have been drones. They would have thought they were birds, especially if they were black, they would have said ravens. I did what Thor's hammer could be. It ended up being very interesting read. And then I did one on the skinwalkers. The skinwalker one was spooky. Yeah, I scared my own damn self.
Here, let me just do a quick clipboard. This is for Miss Sharon. Paste. And there we go. Well, this is interesting. Asana's message. Okay. She says, forge, do not follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. And I love it, because this kind of makes me think of Valhalla, because they said it was a land of beauty and lush trees and forests. And then there's her down here. And so that gives me a feeling of that. And then the second card is Star Family. They're part of a team of souls. Call in support. So she's always there. Oh, sorry, Sharon. I'm
Oh,
getting up,
there you
paying
are.
attention. So
I wasn't either. I was looking at my email.
and then
How are
inner
you?
earth. I'm good. And then inner earth.
We're
So
trying to figure out my
I feel
spirit guide, Asana, where she's from.
I
And
just noticed that.
Okay. Just a minute. I'll be right back. I need some water.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I never thought about water. I should have done that.
Yeah, me too.
I have
Actually,
water down here, but it's warm. I hate warm water. I like it nice and cold.
Amy says, I've always wondered what my guides' names are. Well, Amy, you can hear, you get messages. So why don't you go into a quiet place and ask your guides to see if they can give you a name that you can work with, and see what you get. Because when you do readings for people, you automatically say, "Oh, I just heard this. I'm to tell you this," and so ask your guides. Maybe take a pencil and just kind of start writing out letters and be guided, because that's how I think I found some of my other ones over the years. I'm not quite sure where the notebooks are, but yeah, trust your guides, trust your gift.
Well, I
Sharon
tried
needs
to
our
throw
ring.
cards. I got grateful, so I'm assuming, and then I got mountain. So I don't know if that was
There's that
somebody
mountain.
that, and then I got anchor, which is telling me that's again about being grounded, safe, secure,
Mhm.
stable, dependable, unless they're saying that's what she is, safe, grounded, dependable.
And
And
I
I
got a
got
mountain too.
you did? Oh,
On my
yeah.
card, there's a beautiful mountain and lush valleys, the inner earth.
Well, I got the lily, so that stands for peace, and it's a past life, can stand for a mature person. When I said she was 65, and a past life connection. So maybe it's somebody I had a past life connection with.
Oh, this is interesting. She can't hear spirits. They move their mouth and I hear nothing, so I read facial expressions or receive emotions. Oh, Deanna. That sounds interesting.
I can't hear spirits.
Yeah.
Oh, spirits can move their mouth, and I hear nothing, so I read facial expressions. Now, my friend is deaf. She could read lips if they could
Yeah.
just mouth.
Yeah, I'm never allowed to see my guides when I go into meditation, except for like that one dream that I had that stood out to me. And I had those notes from last year from Dean, describing the woman that I saw. So for me, that was a confirmation. I guess they wanted to make sure that I got adjusted or started learning how to maybe trust, my dreams and what I was receiving. And then I was able to find my confirmation. So, Kristen Louise, I can't hear or see squat. Yep. I mean, I sometimes hear things, but
Me too, Kristen. Me too. Cards in the pendulum. That's what I get to. I tell you what, though, I did see something one time that freaked me out. Well, it didn't really freak me out till later. I was laying in bed, and I wouldn't tell anybody this that I know, but I was laying. But you guys, I was laying in bed, and I opened my eyes, and on the ceiling was all these letters that looked like they were almost like hieroglyphics or some ancient writing covered my ceiling. And I
wow.
thought at first I was sleeping and it's dreaming. So I blinked my eyes, I blinked and I looked at it, and then I kept blinking thinking it'd go away, and it stayed there. So I just laid there staring at it thinking, what the heck? And I should have woken up Dale, but I didn't. I think I was in such disbelief, but I just kept staring at it and blinking, and finally it went away. But I'm thinking, what is that? So I asked Andrea if she knew from Lilac Lantern. She thinks that it was an ET thing that I was not meant to see. Another person said that they thought it was possibly a past life language that I might have known from years ago, or it was another dimension that I woke up and I got a glimpse of. But I don't know, but it was the weirdest thing. You know what? It never happened to me till I started reading cards. I started reading cards, and then I started having stuff happen to me. I started having ringing in my ears, like when I'm close to something, chills. When I read cards that I'm really close, I'll get chills if it's a certain subject, like a mystery or something.
Deann, did you see Jake's comment? This is interesting. I mean, have you considered that Asana is your own higher self? And
No.
I was shuffling when I looked up, and you know what card? It's the first card that came out. Look this out: Intelligence Within. So Asana might be, and
Me?
I wasn't shuffling to check out his comment. I was just shuffling, and then I saw that and I put it up there and I said, could it be your higher self? And when I turned my card over, it said divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within. So she may be part of your higher self, your spirit
Or
of
a me
yourself.
from the past?
No,
Like a
your
me from a past life, you mean?
well, we are all of our like past lives, and it's a part of our higher self of who we are. It's kind of like that extra like spirit body that I
Mm-hmm.
understand, because we have like different etheric bodies, and I feel like we do have, and other people have said that we have a higher self, which is very like a higher vibration of our soul, because we can't quite comprehend because we're in this third dimension, but our higher selves, our higher parts of our spirit exists on like the fifth and over. And so that contains knowledge too of who we are, of who we are and our past experiences, which kind of accumulates as a collective of our higher self. And there may be other people with different ideas about that. And I would love to see what Sharon thinks too about that concept of a higher self.
I wonder if my pendulum will tell me. Asana, are you my higher self? Are you part of my higher self? Are you part of... It says no. Were you a Viking woman? Were you a Viking? Were you a Viking? Were you somebody... I keep getting yes on it was a Viking. I don't know. Maybe...
Okay.
But let me ask again. Are you my higher self? Are you part... Says no.
Okay.
Are you a relative from the past? It says yes. So maybe great 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 grandma, or who knows?
Oh, I
Like your
like that,
soul
Jake. Soul
energy.
energy expressing a past life you lived. I like that. The Shaw woman says it's quite annoying, no, not to be able to to hear or understand trying to read lips. I hear you. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. Dina said last night someone's their muse but got no name.
Deann, higher self. Okay, I'm getting no. It's funny. Spirit did a funny on me. My yeses and nos are usually like a yes is circular and a no is back and forth. And when I first asked the question, it said yes, it was your higher self. And I thought, well, why is she getting a no and I'm getting a yes? So then I went, oh, okay, Spirit, show me a yes. And it was opposite to what I usually have. So it recalibrated.
Oh,
Oh
see,
wow.
now mine is
So
back
it's not
and
Mine
forth.
is
This way
always
is
the same.
yes, and then side to side is no.
okay. So it
Circle is
calibrated
I
with
don't know,
yours. It calibrated with yours then.
and maybe is diagonal unknown.
That's
This.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
because
yeah,
it's opposite to what what it's usually for me. So I must have hooked into your energy.
isn't that weird?
Chris and Louise, asana is a Sanskrit word, though. It's a yogic term. She's just going to put that out there, too. So that's another
Sanskrit.
interesting.
Wonder. I have to write that down. What is Sanskrit?
Sanskrit, I believe, is like the continent of India, the Hindu people,
Write
that
it down.
region of the world. Now,
Oh,
Amy,
how would I get a guide all the way over from India?
Oh, distance doesn't mean
Doesn't
anything.
matter.
I guess not. How does it spell it?
Sanskrit
Sanskrit.
is SANSK
Okay.
RIT. Sanskrit.
Okay. Oh, now somebody said they heard Amara, which sounds Pleiadian.
Now, I don't know if that was Amy asking her
For
spirit
herself?
guide for herself, so I'm not sure. But
Yeah,
when
so
you were talking about seeing symbols on your ceiling, I'm sorry, Sharon. I just want to show this to you really quick. When you said you saw symbols on your ceiling,
Oh,
I
wow, look
immediately
at
thought of
that.
the sky writing, and these are runes. These are Viking runes.
that's right. They're Viking runes. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
I
have
wanted,
roots.
so I just wanted to show that because it was interesting when you said you looked up and you
It
saw on
kind
your
of looked
ceiling all
like
these like
that.
symbols, and I automatically was told to pull up that card and to show you.
Yeah, I have runes right here. I haven't learned to read them yet, but I want to. But yeah, it's kind of was like runes, or that's what I called hieroglyphics because I didn't know what runes looked like at the time. So it may have been runes. I may have been seeing something from ancestors, and why? I mean, and they wouldn't know I was going to wake up at that moment to see it. So
Well,
I don't know.
maybe they had you wake up so that you could see that.
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing that has ever happened.
Sharon, I didn't mean to interrupt. I think you were going to say something before I showed the card with the
Oh, I was Sanskrit. I was just going to agree with you that it's South Asian.
ancient Indian writings that form the
Yes.
basis for Hinduism. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, South Asian. So, which is the Indian area, but this is ancient before the country of India was formed.
Where are you from?
Oh, Amara was for Amy. Well, there you go, Amy. All you had to do was trust and ask.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look up that name and see if there's any more information I can find on it. But it was ASANA.
Yep. That's why when you said asana, I was automatically thinking it sounds like a pose that people do in yoga, and so I'm glad that
And I'd
was
never
it
heard the word.
Kristen?
So, and it keeps spelling it. Every time I ask, it'll spell Asana.
Oh no, hold on.
Here we go, Kristen.
Oh, Chris, it says it's important to keep in mind that both Sanskrit and Norse are both Indo-European languages. So it could have
Yes,
been
that's right.
Norse too.
Yeah, yeah.
And since I've
There
been
we
doing
go.
cards and I did this, I've been into the Viking and learning about the Viking heritage and learning about and done this channel and named it Shield Maiden Tarot. Maybe that has led me this way.
So asana in Sanskrit means it's sitting. It's a sitting meditation pose.
Like maybe sitting under a tree on the ground, Deann.
Yeah.
I can't sit on the ground. They need a, what do you call it? One of those, some sort of something to lift my butt up.
Yeah. But that's perfect. So if we can keep on chatting, but if anybody has any spiritual questions, we're open to taking. I know for myself and Deann and Sharon, do you mind reading on things like star seeds
No,
or anything
no, I don't
paranormal?
mind. I don't know how effective I'm going to be. I'm looking at myself and I look really tired, and I am. I'm very tired.
Oh, look at me. I
I
didn't.
feel very. In fact, maybe you could read on that why I'm so tired. I think it's more than just the heat.
Okay.
Because I am tired.
Let's see. Which one do I want to use? Do I use this?
Like I went to dinner last night.
I automatically got something in your body's missing a vitamin or something. I don't know. That's what just jumped into my head. So I got to start learning how to trust. I tell Amy to trust what she gets. So I got to trust her. I'm getting something that there's something in your body that's lacking, like a vitamin or a mineral deficiency or something. But I'm not sure what cards to use for that because I usually don't. I know which one I'm going to get. I don't know. They're telling me to use this deck.
No, these aren't making me any sense. Have you been working on your books more?
No, I've been so tired all week.
I thought maybe, racking your brain on your book was.
No. I'm
Although
sleeping.
I did read with Lena on about that. I think I sent that to you.
Right.
Okay, I'm getting I've got several earth cards, so I'm feeling there's something that's mineral vitamin based.
Right.
I got the strength. So you're feeling your strength is feeling depleted.
Very.
Four of earth, which is pentacles. It's a stability. I don't usually read reverse too often, especially with these cards because they're so involved. But I am getting strength, so there's that tiredness. The four earth, not maybe needing more to be grounded more. So I'm also getting the world. So I don't know if you are like doing a lot of channeling for your book, if you're doing a lot of readings, if you're doing things, or even exposing yourself to a lot of what's going on in the world. Let me show you this.
Well, the channeling is actually stopped. I think because I'm so tired. I think I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting dreams. I was getting lots of messages in my dreams. I'm not getting that.
And 9 of earth. So
9 of Pentacles.
Something needs to be replenished. I'm going to grab
I pulled
another.
I haven't been doing any writing. I'm just knackered.
I pulled a few of Deb's just to see what come up. Deb's card, Debbie Freebird. And I got the cross. So I got it first. It says there's something that you've been maybe that you need to have some patience with. You may have sometimes it can talk about having a burden or being, having some grief about something. It sometimes can have to do with spirituality, maybe needing help, but it talks about needing patience. You got the clouds. The clouds are that maybe it talks about being unstable and worry and anxiety. So I don't know if you've had some worry or anxiety about something, even if it's not something you're aware of. If you know how sometimes just subconsciously, it can talk about anxiety, or if you were having any kind of conflict or tension. So something is maybe unclear with the clouds that maybe you're having some sort of burden about something that's not clear, that you may have been worried about or anxious about. It's saying whatever it is, just breathe. And you got the pathways card, which means that you're trying to make a decision on which way to go about something. You've got 2 different directions you might be able to go, and you're trying to make decisions about it. It's a new path, and you have potential to kind of co-create a new reality, but there's some choices that you're trying to make, and it's not quite clear yet what you're going to do. And I got the birds card here. So it has to do with communication. Also, sometimes it can mean that there's people that you've been having gossip, or I don't know if you have siblings or anything, people talking. So it has to.
Hold on. Yeah, there's been a group of people that have been gossiping about somebody else, and I've been standing up for her.
Okay, so that may be what the birds is about, the gossiping, that somebody's been gossiping. And also I got the King of Pentacles when I pulled one off of the Rider-Waite, that you're doing something that it's taking a risk. Maybe it's with your book.
Oh yeah, I've gone through a period. I've gone through a period of like, well, why me? Why am I meant to write this book? Like not feeling worthy enough.
Yeah.
But I think this is. But I'm moving through that. I think it's more than that. It's I don't know. It could be just the energy that's with the.
I'm
You
getting
know,
that a little bit more silence, like you've been taking out, like with Deann and what Jake got. You know, the world card may not just be what's going on in the outside world, but
yeah,
for me, it also it's like connecting the spirit, your higher dimensions. Maybe you're doing a lot of channeling, you know, working with your book, doing your readings, and like you just said, you've been dealing with people with gossip. And another
yeah.
deck that I used popped up, bushfires, fury. So there feels like there's
Well,
something
bushfire,
kind of
that would also be,
like,
it's very, very hot here, and I don't do well in the
oh,
heat. In fact,
heat,
somebody said that. It could, I think it was Jake, that, yeah, I don't do well in the
like
heat. It
heat.
could be a combination of that. I think it's a combination of the heat. Um, I'm going through things about this book, but you know,
Yeah.
I'm sorting that out. And it could be I'm not getting enough REM sleep. It could be all of that.
Yeah.
But I think also this energy
Hmm.
astrologically has been really hitting people hard. This new full moon has kicked me in the butt.
Me
So a
too.
lot,
Oh,
so a
me
lot of
too.
people, yeah, and there's a lot of it also, this energy has been really hard in relationships. So that was the thing about the gossip.
Yeah,
Um, so
yeah. I've had
yeah,
some relationships that are on the rocks, and
yeah,
it's this new moon. You're right. It's
yeah,
just
Yeah.
really shaking. You
yeah.
know,
I think it's all
things
of
up.
that. Somebody said vitamin D. I take it every day, so it's not that.
When you
I
got
take
the Page of
minerals.
Wands, so that
Mm-hmm.
talks about being enthusiastic, you know, that you're going to be having some new ideas coming to you
Right.
and some new exciting plans, you know, at the beginning of them. And it says create yourself and you're moving energy to create a positive change. So maybe with the
Yeah. I don't
gossip,
think it'll last. I don't think it'll last. Also, Dr. Gale says I'm very, very busy on the ship.
you're
I'm
very
trying.
busy on the
Are
ship.
you? No, you just did not say that.
Ah! Yes.
Oh, let's see what I get out of Scott's cards. I
Reflection
wonder,
of
where are
your
his
soul.
cards?
So
Yes,
there's a
I
lot of
have. I'm working
reflection.
on a triangular ship. Dr. Gale, oh, there you go. Your ancestors. Yeah, okay. I think they're working me really hard.
Taking your divine feminine back. You're taking back your power. You're putting.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
but when you said that and that card,
I know, that's amazing. Yeah, no,
you told me
she
to pull
told me
Scott's
quite a
cards.
few months ago. Whoa. There we go.
Visualize a simpler time, childhood memories.
Yeah, okay. I can do that. Um, Actually, I have been doing that. Some childhood memories have been coming up. Yeah, there's I've been apparently, you know, working on this ship for quite, I don't know how long actually. She told me quite a few months ago that I was working on a triangular craft. And she was working on one, but she's not anymore. She's working on at Mount Shasta doing other things. But yeah, I'm pretty busy tonight. I'm in charge of data gathering and entering that
Oh,
data because I'm, yeah,
hi, Kala Lizzie. Sorry I missed you, hon. Just wanted to say hi to Kala Lizzie.
yeah. So and also it was within the last week that Dr. Gales, I said, am I still working on the ship? She said, oh yes, you are. And she says, when anybody sees you, they run. Because I'm in charge of the, you know, I mean, I guess they have to give me reports and stuff like that, and I get after them. Yeah, I don't have that report yet.
Yep, you're up there in space. There's the
Yeah,
crystals,
yeah,
the
I think they've
space.
been working me hard.
You're awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Great awakening.
Mm-hmm. And by the
Wow.
way, I saw a triangular ship one night.
You did?
Oh yeah, a couple of years ago.
Ooh.
I woke up for no reason, and my bed has a peaked roof like that, and one of the you know, the roof side, there's a big skylight, huge, and I can stand there and look out the skylight. And I looked up, and I went, oh, that's a triangular craft. I just, very matter of fact.
I
And
don't
then
think
Wow.
I met her, Doctor. What's her name?
her name is Dr. Gale,
Okay.
and she's her channel is Skywalking with Moon.
I'll have to
I'm
check
thi-
that out.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
now with the cards that I got, Sharon, with the earth, I think it's
Awesome.
because you are doing so much work up there. I
Mm-hmm.
think there's something that's slightly, because you're working on a higher vibration up there, and then you're coming back into, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the solid body. and
Well,
being
I've been,
on the
yeah,
earth.
it's been feeling like I'm at a low vibration. Maybe it's I'm having trouble with the transitions now. I don't know.
The
I mean,
last card that
you
I
go up
did
in your
get
light
was,
body. You go up in your light body. So like they don't actually take me. I just
yeah,
go up in my light body.
it
Out of the
says though you
woods,
are
you
going to
made
make
it
it
through.
through,
Okay.
so you're going to be okay. But maybe look to see if there's something being deficient
Yeah, I
in
will.
your
No,
vitamins or something to help you. What's that?
yeah,
Calibrate
yeah.
being
Oh,
in
maybe that's
the
it.
physical
Recalibration.
body.
What about
Yeah,
B
yeah.
vitamins? Don't B vitamins usually help you with energy?
Yes,
Yes,
I'm on
yes.
B12s right now, and I'm also on
I should get a
50,000
B12
IU's
shot.
of vitamin D
That's what
once
I
a
was
week.
wondering. Let me
Yeah,
see
yeah.
if you're low. Is Sharon low on B12? It's
I'm
saying
just
yeah.
gonna run and I'm just
Okay.
gonna run and get some water, ladies. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
one.
Well, thank you guys. I've just been dragging my tush this week.
Have you been doing a lot of shows?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't been doing anything. And I haven't been doing shows because I am so tired. So,
Maybe
yeah,
the B12 would help. I would check it out. I've
yeah,
heard a lot of people that say they were, low on energy and they'd be low on B12.
yeah,
And what else did somebody?
yeah. I'd like to get it. Well, I do have a
Bee pollen.
multivitamin. I do have a multivitamin, but I haven't been consistent about taking it.
I heard bee pollen is good too
Okay.
for energy. Because there was another lady. I remember I used to watch her on QVC. She had chronic. I have it too. Chronic fatigue syndrome, where you're
Oh,
tired a lot.
yeah.
And she said she took bee pollen and you can get it capsule form. And she said it helped her. She went to doctors forever about the chronic fatigue. So I guess it wouldn't hurt if you went to looked it up, went to a
Yeah.
GNC or something and
Yeah.
Hi, Flowing.
Yeah.
Hi, Hilda.
B12
B12. Okay.
shot
I'll go
one
get some
day.
from our naturopathic store, our nature store. What do you call it?
It can't hurt.
No, I need something. I do take vitamin D, so I'm okay there. Yeah.
I
Okay,
need to
so
get some of that,
Maybe
some
I should take more.
B12 too. But
And of
golly, you
course,
go in those stores, it's so expensive. Some of
oh,
those,
I know.
yes.
Well, that's the other thing. A little bit what I've been worrying about is I've had some expenses over this recent time, and I'm a little worried about about money.
yeah,
But
it
Well,
is.
Jay would probably be able to recommend a good
right.
quality
Mm-hmm.
vitamin because he's so,
Mm-hmm.
educated in the essential oils. Because I know there's a lot of people who put out the vitamins that really don't. They put more filler than
Oh
the
yeah, they
actual
do.
vitamin, and then
Yeah.
they charge an
I'll
absolute.
ask my
I used to sell oils.
chiropractor. She's really good about that sort of stuff, and so on. The
Yeah.
next time I get an adjustment, and that's the other thing is my back is out. I mean, everything's everything's shitty right now.
If you
Yeah.
diffuse oils, I know
Yes,
rosemary
thank you,
helps like with
Kristen.
concentration, like when you're writing your book or something, that helps with concentration. And peppermint, when I feel like it's really hot, like it is now, or I'm tired, I have a peppermint roller ball and I'll put that
Oh,
behind my ears and it cools you. I also put the oil, my doTERRA oil, I put it in a spray bottle with water and put some drops of the peppermint and I'll spray that, on my chest.
hold on. I've got essential oils. I've got peppermint. I'll be right back. I'll
I
get
And
love
one
my
right now.
peppermint.
and
That's
like
my
Kristen
favorite.
Louise said, this is for entertainment purposes. We're
Yes,
just
it is. Yeah,
discussing. Please see your doctor or
Yes.
healthcare professional.
absolutely.
So if anybody wants to put some spiritual questions, ET, starseed, paranormal, anything of the nature, go ahead and put that in chat. And we'll be happy to answer that. And we'll just keep, because it looks like we're talking about vitamins now and health. So
I like a green
I
tea
like a
too,
good chat.
Hilda Flores, with honey and a
Let's
drop
see.
of fresh squeezed lemon. That sounds good.
Yep. Multivitamins. Yeah, I'm on 50,000 IU's of vitamin D3 or 2 for the next few months. I take it once a week because my vitamin D was so it was so super low. The doctor was surprised how well I was, functioning with it being that low. So
We got a question from
Yep.
Kristen.
And we'll pop that right in there. That does it. What advice does my ancestor, King Eric of Sweden, have for me to become a stronger person?
Let's see what I get. I'm going to do oracles for this.
Wow, I've never been asked to tap into a...
Wonder if we're related, Kristen. Wouldn't that be cool? Doesn't that smell good? And just breathing it in makes you feel good.
A Viking.
And it
Yeah,
cools you.
It does.
Get a little spray bottle and then just spray it on your chest. Oh, it just...
Oh, and getting back to why I said I had no clothes on, I literally did not have any clothes on. I'd just taken a cold shower because I was so hot. Yeah. And I just patted myself just a little bit dry, and I was sitting on the towel on my chair when you guys popped up.
Okay, I got another question.
I'm melting up here. I need to put my pepper down.
Oh.
So ancestor, Kristen, I'm assuming this is a Viking king, ancestor King Eric. Oh, you're an ancestor of King Eric of Sweden. Oh, wow. Okay. King Eric.
Well, is that throwing my stuff? I need a bigger table. I'm going to get me a desk one of these days where it's not so small.
My daughter's name is Kristen.
Oh, is it? I like the name.
I love it too. Although when she was in university, she created a nickname for herself. She calls herself Kit, and her sister calls her that, her father calls her that, all her friends call her that. And I said to her, I hope you're not offended, but I'm your mama, and I love that name. Is it okay if I still call you Kristen? And she said, of course, Mom, of course. Because my ex-husband told me, well, you're just being disrespectful. She wants to be called Kit. And I thought, I'm her mother. I can call her what I want.
I have a friend whose daughter just changed her first and last name, and my friend is having a very, very, very hard time because she wants her to call her that, and she does not want to call her the name that she
chose. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, not the best name.
No, it's not that Kristen doesn't like her name. It's just Kit does suit her, but
okay, Jake, I did get your question too. Oops.
Well, you don't like it? You don't like your name? Oh, I just love it.
Okay, Chris, I'm just going to do like what Ron does with the hot seats, if you don't mind, because of the camera here, just really quick. So, Kristen, first of all, stop fighting with yourself. Stop questioning everything that you are feeling or receiving from your guides. You got to stop. You got to listen, continue to listen to your heart, listen to your intuition. Stop fighting that, because you are full of potential. And look at that, beautiful too. Not just wands with being creativity, but in all specs. And your projects, anything that your path that you're on right now. You are just, look at all the these are making me think of kind of like the hammer, Thor's hammer, if you think about it. You see the lightning bolt coming out the top of this. It's vibrating, it's pulsating. Stop doubting. Trust in your creative abilities, your psychic abilities, and you're going to love this, because right now, and there's the king. There's King Eric, and he is he's proud of you. I just love this. It's the 10 of Pentacles, so it's this beautiful feeling of you're secure, you're stable, you are abundant, you're prosperous, you're in good health. You have everything that you need that's within you to continue doing what it is that you're doing. And of course, then the next card, the Magician, you have everything right there on your plate, everything you need to create the life that you want. And the Prince of Swords. For some decks, this is, for some people means cutting down, but what I think with the cutting down here is what's beautiful is I hear is like the Luna moths, the moon, your intuition, your intellect. These beautiful crows, these are ravens. They're messengers. They are omens. They are of magic in some cultures. And the sword is that intellect. You're raising that out there. Cut down that negativity. Stop doubting yourself. And just allow your abilities and who you are to shine through everything that you're doing. There is a lot of pride in you from the family on the other side, and he wants you to know that. So I hope that helps.
Okay. I pulled a few cards for you, Kristen, and I got this would be the Eight of Cups in the Rider-Waite, but this is the Eight of Air on this, telling you there's no need to worry, but you feel like you've been feeling like you need to move on. You're seeking more from life than what you're experiencing. You may be on some sort of a spiritual quest, and you may be thinking about making some big life changes, or a change in your priorities, or leaving home. You're going through some sort of a transformation card. You got that too? Some sort of a transformation. There's a significant life experience that's requiring changes to be made. Powerful and often unexpected revelations, breaking free from procrastinating and release. You're releasing old belief systems that you had. In the future, I got the Five of Wands here. So you may be having some conflicts coming up with others because you've got some opposite opinions. And it's telling you to walk away. If there's drama, walk away unless the situation's really worth your time, and then says stand up for yourself. You're trying to make a decision, I think, about something, and you're either unable or you're unwilling to make the decision, telling you to follow your own heart rather than make others happy. And don't overanalyze the situation. Want you to know the earth is our school. This is where you are here. You are here to learn things. You got the card of Rhodochrosite, which is the gemstone. It says, be gentle with yourself. You've been through a lot and you need some time to heal and recover. And you're learning that every challenge you face has a hidden gift inside. And it says you're a seeker of the truth. You know, you can feel hidden truths behind certain circumstances. It's telling you not to procrastinate, that to try to break free from that. And but I feel like, he just wants you to know that you're here to learn, to be gentle on yourself. You got to make a decision, quit procrastinating. You're going to have some conflicts with others. Stand up for yourself. But if it's not worth your time, don't get involved in the drama. I asked the pendulum if he's proud of you, and I got a really big yes, that he is proud of you. So that's what I got.
That's great.
Okay. Just a minute. I'm just sorting my boxes here of my oracle cards. All right. So just a minute. Here, I'll just.
Oh, she wears a Rhodochrosite ring. Very nice. I'm sure it's beautiful.
Oh, wasn't that funny that you got that card?
Okay, so I pulled from the Spirit of the Animals Oracle. I love this deck. And the card is Owl, Magic. And so your ancestors are trying to tell you that you are magic. And it says and here again is you need to choose your own path no matter what others are saying around you. It says choose to know the truth because you can. Use your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. So that's what he's trying to tell you. You're thinking they're not proud of you. They are.
Sure.
And then I picked up a card from, actually 3 cards. I don't usually pull 3 cards, but I was guided to.
Yep.
And it's Angels and Ancestors.
Same
Oracle
deck.
cards.
Love it.
Yeah. And so the first one is Warrior. So they see you as a spirit warrior. And it says, be fearless and stand strong. Second one is knight. Be brave and honest. So you're really getting these clear messages. And then the third one is shield maiden.
Woo!
Yeah, make plans and focus. So that's where the procrastination comes in. Make plans and focus.
Here's with the procrastinating again.
That's the procrastinating. So,
I was telling Deann,
I'm a great procrastinator, so
me too.
I feel you.
Yeah, Deann and I were talking before we came on. There's a we downloaded the Curiosity app to watch documentaries, and they have one on the Celts. And today we just learned about how they came across a grave of, because they said, well, were the men the only warriors? They go, well, could women have been fighting next to the men? I'm like, duh. But they uncovered a grave, and they found the sword next to her and a shield. She had her torque on. She had regalia on. And they're thinking, well, that might have just been because that was her husband's or shields. And they're like, but no. Then they noticed that her wrist had been broken. And they were saying, well, that could have been, possible. And they're just showing what people are trying to, downplay, the role of women. And they said, no, this women's diet changed after a certain period of time. It went from very little protein to high protein. I guess they could tell this in their bones and in their remains. And not only that, but her hips have been so widened from sitting on a horse for long travels. So they're like, she was a warrior. She was a shield maiden.
Yeah. Well, the shield maidens, they fought right alongside the men. And they were actually respected the same as the men. And the women there could divorce their husbands. Back in other countries, they couldn't do that. But the shield maidens, if they didn't like the way their husband was treating them, they could divorce them.
Yeah. So these were amazing.
And there were many societies back in the ancient times that were matriarchal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Kristen, your hair, you look like a Viking girl. I love it.
Yep.
I like your hairstyle. You remind me. That reminds me they used to wear it up and have the braids.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
So thank you, Kristen, for letting us read. That was an awesome. And Kristen, again, don't forget. Yes, they are proud of you. Look at that.
Absolutely.
There's the king. There's the family on the other side. They're very proud of you. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. You're roses. You're in their hearts. They're extremely proud of you on the path that you're taking. So don't ever doubt yourself, or don't ever doubt that.
Yeah, Kristen, you can look it up. Lagatha from the movie Vikings, she was a real Viking woman. A lot of the people in that movie Vikings were real people. You can look up. It was kind of historically an accurate. It was what was on the History Channel. Is where the movie started off. And I got to looking up the different shield maidens and who they were. And so,
which movie was that?
There's a movie called Vikings. It's awesome. You've got to see it. It is on. That one is on Netflix, I think, or Hulu. No, that one's on Hulu.
Oh, I don't have that.
I don't have that. Yeah.
And, I don't have then that. The last. What is it? The Lost Kingdom or the Last Kingdom? That is maybe another
on
Viking
Amazon
one.
Prime too. Maybe
that's on Netflix.
Kristen says the Last Kingdom.
Last Kingdom. It is a Viking show, and he is hot. He is one hot Viking.
Oh no, I'm going to be looking at the shield maidens. I'm sorry.
Okay, you look at the shield maiden, leaves me to look at the Vikings. Man. He was hot. Well, there's some hot female.
Actually, I still
appreciate
that
shield.
Yeah,
tell you.
Yeah, I still appreciate.
You can appreciate beauty.
I can
on both
still
sides.
appreciate, like I can drool over Idris Elba.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about? Oh yeah,
Idris Zelda.
Idris Elba.
Who the heck is that? I do
look him up, honey. They're talking about him doing James Bond. I wish they would.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Be nice if
He makes me
with a
drool.
woman.
How do you spell his name? ID?
IDRIS. He might come up right away.
Elba.
Okay. Bye,
Yeah.
Kristen. Thank you again for your question.
I think it's EL or AL. I can't
This
remember.
him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he is hot, isn't he?
He's hot. Yeah, but you got to listen to him talk, too.
Yep, Kala Lizzie
But
agrees. He is hot to
Vikings
death.
on Hulu. If you don't have Hulu, it's worth getting Hulu just to watch Vikings.
Well, I can always check too.
I want to
Amazon
watch it
Prime
again.
sometimes, has.
I've watched it twice, and
I
it's
must have had a Viking previous lifetime, because I'm very drawn to the Vikings. Of course, I'm Celtic, and I've always been drawn to that.
Me too.
Another is Egypt. I had a medium about 35 years ago say, "Oh, you've done Egypt to death, honey."
I love learning about the pyramids.
Yeah.
Were my angels and guides trying to tell me something because I kept praying for my son, daughter, and grandkids? Moms know sometimes when something's up.
I could not sleep last night.
You feel it. There is a psychic that moms have, twins have. Just trying to tell Hilda something about. Why did you wake up? Well, let me use my first ask if it was about. Angels, were you trying to tell Hilda something about her grandkids? Was it about her kids? I don't think grandkids. I'm thinking kids. Your daughter, maybe. Let's see.
Well, Hilda's got a lot on her mind now, what's going on in the world, let me tell you.
I think it was your daughter. Let's see.
Sorry.
What did you want to tell Hilda Flores about her daughter? What did you want to tell her about her daughter? What did you want to tell her about her daughter?
Okay. I'm just going to go quick. Okay, Hilda Hunt, first of all, you are the Queen of Pentacles. You are such, and I think this might be too for your daughter being a mother, but Queen of Wands, nurturing, grounded, secure. She's stable. What I'm getting is she's stable, she's grounded, she's nurturing. I got the Lovers card. So this doesn't mean lovers necessarily. So I don't know if you are concerned about a relationship. This could be also a partnership, not necessarily an intimate one. But here is that, and then of course after that I got the World, Sun. Okay. I got the World card, so it feels like. Oh, sorry, my cat's in here. It feels like the world right now, everything that's going on in the world, not just on the outer, but possibly also going on in your world right now, is weighing heavily on your shoulders. Seven of Pentacles, feeling like, is there more? You're in your field, you got these beautiful butterflies, but you're also looking at these horses flying across, and it's kind of like this fleeting sensation of, are they going to be successful? Are they going to get their needs met? Are they going to be able to live the best lives that they can live? This is a beautiful harvest, but it feels like it's not complete yet, and you're feeling like there's something lacking for them. And get the Princess of Pentacles. So I'm feeling like, they're connected to their higher self. They're grounded. They're nurturing. They trust their intuition very well. You have these beautiful animals of transformation, butterflies. You have the bear, the mama bear. You have all nature surrounding and protecting them. And then the last card, Ace of Pentacles. So a lot of brand new plans are being laid down, new thoughts are beginning, maybe new family, maybe a new venture, maybe a new location. But whatever it is, there's no need to worry. I know that there's a lot of worry on your mind right now about what's going on and whether or not things will be continue to be successful, if things will settle down. But I'm getting that this beautiful Princess of Pentacles as well, just being very grounded, very nurturing, um, very youthful. They're in a good place, and you have beautiful things. They have beautiful things coming to them, whether finances, location, new opportunities, stability. But here's that beautiful star. Um, so I see that you put. Okay, let me just. Here we go. Her husband. So there's okay. So that would be then the love. Okay. I know that there's worries. Um, things are uncertain at the moment. Okay. Um, but she is there. She is nurturing him. She is looking after him. And I'm feeling, and because of this being a health, this is just what I'm going by with the cards. I can't really comment on whether or not he's going to be okay or not, but I'm just going by what the energy of the cards are showing. And to me, this feels like a beautiful positive sign right here. And if you look closely, there's a Lambeth too in here. So it's that pathway in, that journey within. And when you said heart surgery, if you look closely, there's a heart inside of here. So I feel like he, according to the card, looks like he will be feeling better, or at the time for a while he's going to be well. It's just this journey that he had to go through along with your daughter, and they're all rooted and grounded. It's like you're supported. So he only has you. So yeah, okay. Thank you for validating for me. So that makes it just even, with the Queen of Pentacles, that being her there, nurturing him, being by her side, being supportive, and that's you too. They're letting you know that they know that this is you as well. Um, but try not to worry so much from what the cards are saying. At the moment, at this time, the cards look very positive. So just, be supportive to him. Um, she's already being very nurturing to him in the cards. Um, and that last one just feels like a very positive card. So I'll end with that. And who would like to go next?
I'll go.
You go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. Did you say that the husband had just gone through heart surgery? Is that what you said, Heather?
Yeah. Let me pull that up. Yeah. Yes, I
Okay.
worry about her because health issues. I do worry about them.
Well,
Wait a
no,
minute.
I'll just take your word for it.
Wait a minute. I didn't see heart.
Hilda, did he?
Oh, health issues. I thought it said heart. So I wonder why I pointed the heart out. Well, okay. Maybe I was meant to say that.
Wait, Hilda, does he have heart issues? Could you tell us anything about that?
That was interesting. It made sure that I pointed out that heart in the card. That I spotted that. So
yeah, because I have a card here that I'm wondering would it support that. I wonder if she's going to respond. So Hilda, any heart issues that he's dealing with? Could be just stress too. Well, she's not answering. Okay. Well, I got an overwhelming feeling he has health issues, but has to be careful with his high blood pressure and liver. Okay. Thanks for responding. The energy of the reading, I get the King of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel there's really Oh, that's okay, Hilda. No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you're worried about them having financial issues, and also the Pentacles is about health too. So I think it's probably health and finances you're worried about for them. First card is the Five of Pentacles, which confirms that you're really worried about them being out in the cold, and about health or finances. Of course, if it's your health is affected, of course that would affect his ability to work and that sort of thing. Don't worry though. Here's the Ace of Cups, so it's a new beginning. I'm feeling that things are going to be fine. I mean, your family has been feeling restricted, and I think life has been really cruel, like the things that are happening in life right now. It's really, really hard, but I feel there's going to be a surprise coming up. He makes good money, but I worry he may get okay. Yeah, well, that's certainly comes that's the energy that I was picking up with the, I wonder why that won't focus, but the King of Pentacles, and was the energy of the reading, and then the Five of Coins. There's your worry about the money. Okay, but I think there's going to be a surprise on the health front. This is about that. This can be about health too. And I've got the Six of Pentacles, which I see. I think he's going to be. I think the money thing. I think it's going to be fine, and also his health. This is give and take and that sort of thing. I think he'll be fine, and this is the Lovers, so I think it's going to be fine. The reason I asked about the heart or that heart surgery, is because I got the Three of Swords. But I do see that whatever that is, that it will be easing, because then as far as money's concerned, there's the Seven of Pentacles, and it's about harvest.
I got that too.
Exactly. So I think it's tough. There's been some real worries, that feeling restricted by some things that are going on, but he'll be fine. Your family's going to be fine. And I picked up, and this is about money too. This is from the Language of Letting Go. Here it is. And it's about money. It says, assuming financial responsibility. I think you're taking this on too much. Okay, I mean, with this, you're really worried, and you don't visualize the most positive income. I mean, I meant outcome, but income. That's funny. That just came out of my mouth. Anyway, so this is assuming financial responsibility. It says, today I will repair and restore my money-related issues. I will not allow others to hurt me financially, and I will take responsibility for matters that I have created. I think that's just saying, this is not yours to worry about. He's going to be fine. And it said, I will ask God to help me with the details of my financial life, and I think that extends to your family. And I will trust that everything will work out in the best way possible. Just what I said. Believe in the best outcome. So that's what I'm getting.
Okay. I got, Hilda, I got the Queen of Cups, and I believe that's you. It stands for a loving mother who's sensitive and kind of a daydreamer. And you said you were dreaming about her, and that you have a little psychic ability, that mama, that psychic that all of us moms have when it's in regards to our children. And you're very supportive of her, and you're very comforting to her, and you're a nurturing mom. So I think this is you. You got the Mother card from Debs. It just says, just love her. She needs your love. She needs your motherly support. As for her, I got her as the Empress and clarified by imprisonment. And what I'm feeling from this is, I don't know if she's a mother herself, but she's feeling trapped in her head. She's worrying. It doesn't have to do with prison, but it's a mother who's feeling trapped in her head, worrying. And I got the Eight of Cups. So to me, that means she's going through a lot, and she's tired. and she just is emotional. She needs emotional strength. And sometimes she wants to walk away. She's got a lot going on. So yeah, between the kids and worrying about her husband, sometimes she just emotionally feels like she wants to withdraw or retreat. She's tired. You know, she's been worried. But she got the 10 of Swords in reverse. Oh, you got 2 granddaughters. Aw, granddaughters are the best. But it says in the future she's going to overcome this. She's going to rise above, you know, and she's going to survive this, and so is he. You know, they're not going to be, don't worry about the job. You know, they're not going to be ruined. They're not going to lose their house. Nothing like that. I get the Hanged Man. So again, she feels like she's kind of just hanging there. Things are uncertain. She don't know what's going to happen with his health. She don't know what's going to happen with the job. So she's just waiting, and she feels stuck kind of. She doesn't have a direction, you know, so you're feeling that. And it has to do with worrying about the job. You know, they're worried about the job. So I think that is why they're hanging. And I got that there's been the decisions, they're having a hard time. Bottom of the deck was the 2 of Swords reversed. So there's been some indecision about some things, some delays, and you know, maybe with his doctor, you know, not knowing exactly, him not giving him straight answers. I did get the 2 gemstones I pulled for you. Lapis Lazuli was one. It says that she's going through a life-changing epiphany or a life-changing experience. And it says it's a time of big and blessed changes. And God is supporting her every step of the way. God, angels, however you say, your higher power. And then you got the gold, which is there's going to be divine intervention. So it says God's sending his miracles and answering your sincere prayers. So just keep praying for her, sending her love and light. And you're feeling her feelings because you're her mama and you care. But it's going to be okay. You know, I'm getting everything's going to be okay, but it's just the worry, and her worrying is triggering you. You were feeling it. You're connected to your daughter, of course, and you're feeling it. They moved down to be close to you. Oh, that's so good. Get to be by your grandbabies. I keep thinking of moving away from Illinois, but I don't know if I could stand being around away from my grandkids, you know? It's not the same being able to talk to them on Facebook as it is hugging them.
Yeah. And Hilda also said they had a flood at their new home, and it was horrid. No wonder he's under stress.
She's stressed out. She's just anxiety, and you're feeling her anxiety.
Of course, I came up with that too, where the 8 of Swords.
Yeah.
And when I said things of happening around them, so that must have been it, the flood.
So I just wanted to pop this on really quick. Justin's mom made a comment in the chat room. So she's got friends in Kentucky, making sure they're okay. So yeah, lots of love and protection to everybody in Kentucky. I know I reached out to Lisa earlier this week about the flood. She said that wasn't near her.
I did too.
A lot of people are being affected in Kentucky really bad with the flood. So
I didn't realize they had floods in Kentucky. I hadn't seen.
Oh, it's really bad.
They've
really
had like 30 people die already, from what I saw on the news.
Yeah,
really,
it's been horrible.
So just love.
I mean, they've been hit by a tornado this year, and now there's flooding.
Yeah, we got. Oh,
you're welcome, Hilda.
Part of us. Yeah,
I'll send prayers for your son-in-law too, Hilda.
I was glad we could help Hilda. Yes, and prayers to Kentucky, and there are still a lot of people. Oh, geez, missing Jake said.
Wow, I don't have cable, so I get my news a lot from YouTube, you know, and I don't
have cable either, but you know, I
got the phone.
News on.
Scrolls,
I get the news on the computer.
Oops, I just accidentally.
That's what I do too.
Just really quick, I just accidentally put Justin's mom for 5 minutes. I went to go get rid of the
Justin. Miss S, you've been naughty.
Oh, Justin's mom. I'm so sorry, sweetheart.
She's been put in the nasty corner.
And I can't undo it.
And she's the sweetest woman you could ever meet.
Undo it,
and you put her in the nasty corner. I can't believe it.
Who'd she put in the Who'd you put in the nasty corner?
Justin's mom by mistake. Can I undo it? Can I undo it or no?
I did.
Oh, she was blocked for 5 minutes. Oh,
It was an accident.
I've done it. I did it one time.
I'm just saying that's so ironic because she is the sweetest person you could ever meet.
We love you, Justin's mom. It wasn't on
we love
purpose.
you.
It won't let me undo it. And I'm like,
can you type in there and tell her?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure she probably hears, but okay, just really quick. Justin's mom, I accidentally typed you out. I'm sure she probably hears.
She knows that we wouldn't do that to her on purpose.
So I'm just going to put that in there. I was deleting her comment to go click on the next one and question, and my bad. See, Deann,
you have technical difficulties too. I don't feel all alone.
So, ladies, I'm going to leave because I'm getting way too hot. I have to go to a cooler part of the house. But
thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you. I really needed it. Thank you.
And you got to rest.
Yeah, I got to rest. Yeah, I know. It's anyways, I guess
check
I'm a busy girl at night.
Let us know if you do try the B12 and stuff.
I will.
If it works, because if it works, then I'm going to get me some, because I've heard B-Pod and B12.
My energy is better since I've hooked up with you guys, but I am too hot. Yeah, I'm going to go to the health food store and get some. So
yeah, and tell me if it works.
I will.
I'll invest in it.
Yeah, I need a fan.
That's my cards. That's what the big cards are for.
Oh, is that right?
We got Sharon too hot.
Got me hot, baby. And no outlet for it.
I'm not going to go there.
Hey, actually, I've been really good, haven't I?
Yes.
Are you usually really bad? What?
Yeah, I'm usually pretty bad.
No, you're not.
I mean, online I can be quite.
So everyone's saying, take care, Hilda.
Thank
Hottie
you.
Sharon.
Hottie Sharon.
Okay. Yeah, I wish it was hot for a better reason. Okay, bye.
Bye, honey.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, she's too funny.
Oh, Justin's mom. I hope you do come back and don't.
Yes.
She's not. She obviously
bad.
Gotta know if she's watching.
They put the things so close to each other that when you tap on, if you just accidentally
come back.
Yeah, I left a message. Okay, Heather, can you take my wrench away because my animals' paws block people? Huh?
Oh, she's saying Teresa Levine said, "Can you take my wrench away because her prior kitty gets on it and blocks people accidentally?"
Yeah, but Teresa, it wasn't you. It was me that did it. It was me. I accidentally hit the timeout.
When I did my first StreamYard, I was passing out wrenches like candy, and you get a wrench, and you get a wrench.
Like Lisa, you were doing the Lisa Smith. Here, one for you.
You want a wrench? I don't care. You're getting a wrench, because I needed all the freaking help I could get. I was in tears the first time I did StreamYard because who is it? Ron and Jay were telling me, well, now you got to put it on subscriber only mode. And I'm like, oh, I don't know how to do that. And they were just, Jay, he was talking real fast. Like, you do this, this, like a young person would. And I'm like, what was step one?
Teresa, I can't do that right now because the sweetheart of mine has the phone. So if you really want me to, I'll do it on the next live that you jump on. Sahida, you are timed out by accident. In 5 minutes, you will be able to. Who's Sahida?
That's Justin's mom.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sahida, my bad. I want to just go remove your comment and put up the next question for us to read on. And I accidentally hit it. So my bad. We love you here.
She knows that. She knows that we wouldn't do that to her.
Okay, we got 2 questions left. We are at 8:40. Wow, it's almost 9 o'clock already.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even eat dinner today. I'm going to be eating late.
Isn't that a beautiful name? Yes.
It is pretty.
I love that name.
And she's a sweet, sweet, sweet lady.
Okay, so Jake, Amy told me my guide's name was Mark and Tracy. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Amy told me my guide's name was Mark, and Tracy told me another was Roman. Who are they? So, okay, I'm a little confused. So,
Amy told me a guide's name
Roman
was Mark. Okay, Jake, let's ask first if you have a guide named Mark. I'll do that.
Okay, because I wasn't sure if he meant by Mark Atha, the animal whisperer. I wasn't sure if Mark. Okay, Mark, and the other one was Roman. Okay. I'm going to grab my pendulum for this one.
Does Jake Tay have a guard name? Does he have a guard named? Was it Roman was the name, or he was Roman?
No, the name is Roman. So the first one was Mark.
Roman.
Okay, so.
Okay, I'm not getting it. Let me see what I get in my chart. See if I can get it to spell it out. We'll give it a shot. It worked for me on mine, so. Okay. What is Jake Tay's guard's name? And you said it was, does it start with an A? B.
Okay, so Jake, I'm getting a yes on Mark, and now I'm going to focus on Roman. I'm assuming Tracy is our Tracy in chat. Tracy Ralph.
Oh. Okay, what's the second letter? Okay, what's the third letter? Takes me some time to do this because I have to go through all the letters.
I just ask yes or no.
That might be easier. That's taking me too long to go through the letters. So let me see.
So I did get a yes to
Mark.
Roman.
Is it Mark? Is Jake Tay's guide Mark?
And Jake, you know that we have a lot of different guides that come and go. So these may be. I was getting the feeling, Jake, that Mark was a name that both Amy and us could, and for us to be able to pronounce, and for you to pronounce and to understand, because sometimes our spirit guides have names with different inflections and spellings that we would maybe have a hard time pronouncing. So Mark is fine with me. I actually had a crush on a famous guy named Mark back in the day. So, but I digress. I won't go there. So yeah, Mark's a cool name.
I'm getting Roman on mine. Roman.
Yep, that was the second one.
I wasn't getting it for Mark, but let's see. Is it Mark? Is it Mark?
I was getting that it's Mark, but that was the simplified version for us humans to be able to understand. To put it, because some names are very difficult.
Well, I did get for Roman. I wasn't getting anything for Mark, but that could be just me.
Hilda, ooh la la. Yeah, does anybody remember the heavy metal band Slaughter back in the late 80s, early 90s?
No, I like 50s, 60s, and 70s. After the 80s, I didn't care too much.
They had a beautiful song called Fly to the Angels.
I've never heard of it.
And Mark wrote it because a young woman he used to date suddenly passed away, and he didn't get a chance to say goodbye. And so that song ended up becoming befitting for the band because I think it was about 3 years later, they lost their guitarist in a car accident. out in Arizona. A freight
Wow.
car, one of those freight trucks crossed the line and hit him head on. So now Fly the Angels also is played and sung for in his memory.
I'll have to listen
And
to that.
but yeah, Mark Slaughter back in the day, man, he was a hottie. You know, those brown eyes, that long curly, brown hair, that smile. Oh man, I almost got arrested trying to sneak back into a hotel to try to find him.
Yeah, I kind of got stuck in the
Oh,
70s. If we could do Name That Tune, I could kick anybody's
oh
butt
yeah.
on 70s music because I know my 70s music. That was my time.
You should be on Can You Sing It?
I would like to. I think that would be fun. Who's on that? Is it Lisa?
Lisa and Sonia. Every
I'm
2
going to have
weeks.
to ask them if I can be on that. So if you're doing
Yes, I am
70s music,
blushing,
let me
ladies.
on.
Yes, I am. I wanted to have, wait a minute, I take it, wanted to have sexy times. Oh, yeah. I was just in love with this guy. I mean, he was just beautiful.
I love Dr. Hook. I've been listening to their music.
Oh, I used to roller skate to Dr. Hook when I was younger. In the,
I love Dr. Hook. You
Yeah,
ever watch
Sexy
them?
Eyes. Sexy Eyes, right? Sexy
Yeah.
Eyes.
Oh,
Yep.
they have so
Yeah.
many hits. So many hits. Sylvia's Mother, cover of the Rolling Stones.
Yep.
If
Mark
you
Hamill.
watch them on YouTube, and you can put it on your TV. The Medicine Man tour, best concert ever. I wanted to be there so bad. They have so much fun. They make you have fun watching them.
Yes. We have one question left, just so Colorful Foresight doesn't think we forgot them or her. I'm not sure.
Hi, Colorful Foresight. Pretty name.
She wants to know. My spirit guides have been telling me to believe in magic again. Am I listening better?
Okay. Is Colorful Foresight listening?
Yeah, I forgot about that, Mark. Yeah, that was back in the day. Remember Corvette Summer? That movie that came out after the initial Star Wars?
I don't think I saw that.
Corvette Summer. Annie Potts and Mark Hamill.
My brother liked Annie Potts.
Yeah, she was in Ghostbusters. That's how she got her big break.
Oh, really?
Annie
Was that
Potts.
the
Yeah,
secretary?
yeah, she was the secretary.
That was her?
That was Annie Potts, and she was also in Pretty in Pink with Molly Ringwald and
I
Andrew
didn't realize
McCarthy
that.
and the other guy, the one that played Ducky. I can never remember his name.
He was funny.
Yeah.
The
I'm an
Asian
80s
guy,
girl.
the Asian guy, the funny Asian guy. Is that who you're talking about? Was that Ducky?
No.
Which one was that?
Oh, I know his name. It's right there on the tip of my tongue. Somebody in the chat, help me. Oh, Cryer. John Cryer.
John Cryer.
Yes, thank you, Amy. Oh, she was in the TV show Designing Women too. Oh, I forgot that was Annie Potts. So yeah, she's been around. Okay, sorry, Colorful Foresight. I will focus now. So her spirit guides have been telling her to learn how to believe in magic again. You know, believing in life and in hope and things like that. And she wants to know if she listening better. So it's interesting. I just didn't even think about the deck. I just picked up the deck and it's the Rose Oracle. I love this deck. The images
The Rose
are so
Oracle.
Mm-hmm. It's absolutely beautiful. So definitely. I got the reunion card. So this looks like these are your spirit guides, coming around you. The reunion, soul recognition, collaboration, partnership, and friendship. So you are connecting with them, Colorful. You're connecting with them on that higher level, that plane, but also not just, up in here, but also within the heart. And you're learning how to speak your truth as well. Then I got Sub Rosa, hidden in plain sight, mysteries and learning and teaching. So they're saying what you are seeking is right there in front of you. And sometimes that's what's already within ourselves. You know, that inner intuition that we have, everything that we need is within ourselves. And especially with the Rose Oracle, roses are also, especially the pink ones, are for self-love and knowing that you are enough, and that you are, they're acknowledging that you are learning about mysteries, learning more about the higher power, your spiritual beliefs, everything that is seen and unseen, the mystery, everything that we consider a mystery in the world. And then you're learning, but also you're teaching. So they're letting you know that you are listening, you're learning, and that you're going to be teaching this information of what you've learned. You're going to pass it on. And then your last card is clarity, a fresh start, and a positive outlook. So they're hoping that this message now, knowing that, yes, you are believing in your magic again, what your abilities are, what you're capable of, this journey that you are on, what you're learning, what you're going to be teaching. And they're hoping that this message gives you clarity. This is going to be a fresh start for you. And I love that beautiful, that positive outlook. And there she is again in that center of that pink rose. And so all this is coming from your heart, from your self love. And when you teach, make sure that when you teach, or like a lot of us, when we teach what our knowledge or what we learn or what we share, that it is coming from a place of love and compassion and not power over, because there's different types of power. There's the good that can help guide and heal and teach and learn. And then there's the one where people like the power where they can control over, make people subordinate. You got the good and you've got the dark side of everything. And from here, it's all reminding you, it's all in your heart, it's all love, and it's coming from you. And up to here, there's so many images that are layered in here. It also looks like there's like water, like kind of like a baptism in a way. So you are being showered and blessed with this knowledge, and that they want you to pass it on. And just really quick, I want to say hi to SP. You are very new here in my chat. And
ISP.
and actually, SP, this is our last question, because we're going to be on for 2 hours. But there are other channels that will be going live this evening. And if you follow one of the other ones, I'm sure you can put your question in their chat and they'll maybe be able to answer it for you. But thank you for coming. I noticed that you liked, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, Deann.
Okay, colorful foresight. Could you tell me, I'm going to read these cards for you, but could you tell me, are you single? Are you single? Are you looking for somebody, or are you married already? So let me know in the chat while I'm reading these cards. So when I get to this last card, I want to know kind of how to take this card. So
I hope she's still here.
You still here, colorful foresight?
I didn't think of asking. Hi, Wendy. Thanks for dropping
Wendy.
by.
Okay, so what I get, I'm going to read it anyhow, and you can let me know, colorful foresight, if you're there.
Yeah, she can watch it on playback too if she watches it later to see if her question was answered.
So, are you listening better? I got yes. I got that you're progressing. Say you're progressing pretty quickly, and you are you're gaining momentum. You're moving ahead. So you're doing better. I got the Page of Cups. So this can stand for intuition. You're using your intuition more. And you tend to be a dreamer. You're listening to your inner voice more. If you're not, it's telling you, listen to your inner voice more. And you're a spiritual person. You are psychic and you are receiving messages. You're going to get some sort of news of some kind, a message of some sort of news. You got the Four of Pentacles in reverse here. So you're shedding the old and letting go of some people and possessions, or you need to, or issues that you had in the past. You got the 10, I think this is the 10 of swords in reverse. So that one is telling me that you've been trying to pull yourself together. You had something that hurt you that you are now learning from the past hardships, how to get out of. So you're releasing those swords that you once had in your back, and you are pulling yourself together, and you have learned from that. And the reason I asked if you had somebody, and since I haven't heard, you got the Lover's card. And the Lover's card could be that you're making major choices, and it could be just a friend that you're going to team up with to help make major choices, or it could be romance coming into your life, a kindred spirit, a partnership or a relationship that's coming for you. And it's somebody who has shared values. So it could be a partner, or it could be just a really good, dear friendship, somebody who's going to share your values, that you're going to meet, that you're going to connect with. In the past, you had some sadness and pain, and, and because I got the Ace of Cups in reverse, but it's telling you got the Child card. This is just the beginning between you and your guides. This is just the beginning, and just look at things and trust, and as a child, like a child would look at things. Just they believe. They don't question, they just believe. And then you got the Mice. So if you've been under stress or anxiety or worry, they're asking you to let that go. But again, this also can stand for teamwork. So it could be somebody that you're going to be working with, or it could be a new person that's coming in your life, a romance that you're going to be having come in. And it's going to be the end of sadness and pain. Sahida's back.
Yay! Sorry,
So anyway, that's what I'm getting. But I got, yes, you are. And you're progressing.
I think she took off, but maybe she'll check on the replay. Later. Yeah. Wow. That was a fast 2 hours.
Yeah, it was.
I'm only good for like an hour and a half. Usually I'm like, ugh.
Me too, but that was fun.
Yes.
I enjoyed that. I had a good time.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. So I hope that you'll come back, and love to be a guest someday on your channel as well.
Yeah.
Even if it's to read politics, like I said, if I'm, some people like to read politics, and
I don't read politics. I read politics. I like reading personal. I like reading mysteries. I like reading about supernatural, all that stuff. I'll read on just about anything. I'm not real good with the ETs like Scott. He knows much more than I do about that. I was willing to try, but me and Katie got together. We read on things like, why does a dog chase its tail?
I remember that night. I asked a question. I can't remember what it was. Oh, why do cats have 9 lives or something?
Yes, and we said they're just really lucky.
Yeah. That was fun.
And they're good at getting themselves out of bad situations. And I told Katie, I go, how in the heck am I going to read on stuff like that? Sure enough, those cards were giving me answers. It was fun.
Just really quick, Deann, where do you live? Are there any mysteries or legends in your area? Because I do have a legends and myths, and mysteries channel. I've had Sherry a couple times because she's down in Louisiana. We've read on a couple down by her, one by me, by Scott. So is there anything around in your area?
I live in Illinois, and there is a couple things. There is a theater here. And the theater is supposedly haunted. It's an old theater, an old actor that died there. That's well-known theater that's haunted. Also, there is a place that used to be I don't want to say insane asylum, but mental institution for the criminally insane.
Yeah.
And my dad worked there years ago for a little bit. And they had, remember the show Michael Myers from Halloween? He was actually in that institution. The guy that show is based on. Of course, that is not everything about it, but the guy who killed, he was in that institution, and they tore it down. If that place ain't haunted, there ain't no place haunted. But I've read on it.
Did your dad have stories?
He didn't tell me. He told me how they would bring somebody in, and the police would all be a bunch of these police trying contain this person because they were, you know, like I said, criminally insane. And then it's like,
Insane.
here you go, and left them to my dad. You know, they got guns but he didn't work there a long time. It was before I was born, but they just recently tore it down. But there's a graveyard back there, and they did not treat all these patients very kindly. It was back in the time of lobotomies. There's a lot of unmarked graves.
They were awful what they did to a lot of those people back then. Yeah.
So yeah, I could send you some information on that place. That is supposed to be extremely
find one that you like, that you would like to read on, and I'll have you on as a guest. I'll make the thumbnail, and I'll pick a place in my area, or we can just read on yours. So let me know what places, and I'll have you on.
Yeah, Kali. What is it? I can't. I don't have my glasses. Is it Kali or Kalia? Kala Lizzie. She says the mental institution for the criminally insane sounds very promising. Oh, there's all kinds of stories about that place. In fact, they had it Halloween before they tore it down. You could go through there. They had a guide that took you through there. And a lot of people felt, you know, being grabbed, had experiences, all kinds of experience. I was going to go one year, but I chickened out, you know, because what I was afraid of is I was afraid of bringing somebody back with me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm very curious about that stuff.
So, you just make sure that you have protection around you when you go in, and when you leave, you know, you are not to follow me. And some people even carry salt, so that when they leave a building, they throw salt behind them as a barrier of protection to keep spirits there. So different people have different ways of, you know.
Well, in Chicago, there's a hotel I want to stay at with my daughter and my niece. We're going to have a girls' night. And it is where Al Capone owned this hotel. And they did money laundering things in there. But there was a lot of people that were killed in this particular hotel. And some people see a hand coming through the wall. There's a lady in white. There's a lady in red, I think. All different kinds of stories about there, too. So, yeah, Illinois has quite a few ghost stories.
Oh yeah, I had a great aunt. I don't know how far back, I can't quite remember. A great aunt. She was a dancer for Capone.
Really?
That's all. But that's all I know. My grandma's gone, but has been long gone. So all those stories and everything pretty much went with her. But I learned through another cousin of mine, and sent me some stuff at one time. And she says, "I thought you'd be interested in this." I'm like, "Oh my god," you know.
You know, my dad, I'm going to say this quick before we go. My dad went on a trip with Mom one time, told us about this when we were kids. And they went on a trip and they had car trouble. And they stopped at this little gas station, and it had a little restaurant there. They stopped there, got gas. The guy was a mechanic, worked on Dad's car, told him to come in, have lunch, have a piece of pie. They did. They wouldn't let Mom and Dad pay them. They would not take money. So they went on to Grandma's house to Michigan. And then when they turned around and came back, they took the same exact route, and they wanted to stop and tell this family, thank you.
And they were gone.
It wasn't there. They looked and looked and looked. They finally asked somebody else, where was this place? They told them the name of the place and where it was, and the guy and the woman that had wait. And they said that place has been, they died, and that place has been gone. I forget. It was like 50 years, a long time.
Well, it sounds like they might have gone through a time portal.
I think they did. Yeah.
Because Scott Allen and I, Spiritual Essence, we read back, like, it was either in June or July, about a place where a couple stopped at night, and it was a bar, and it was really weird. There was like a mural on the wall, and the longer they stayed there, they really couldn't get people to really communicate with them, just, you know, for a drink or something like that. And the jukebox kept playing the same song, and when they looked at the mural, they suddenly noticed that it was like there was somebody new painted in the mural, and it looked like them as a couple coming in. They took off, and the minute they left the building went dark, all the lights went out, all the cars were gone, and came back finally sometime later with friends. They were terrified to go back, and the place was open. They went in, saw the mural was as is, was fine. And they went to the bartender, and the lady said, you couldn't have been here at 2:00 in the morning, because she goes, I'm the only one that closes this bar, and I close it at 11 o'clock. So
And
they
I love hearing
they almost
those.
got caught in a time
Yeah.
thing. They were almost trapped. Yep, that was the great one, the one with the big mural. Yep. So yeah, that was crazy. Hilda, I agree. No. I would not go there. All righty, everybody. Thank you again for joining Deann and I. We had a blast. Thank you for joining us, and hope that you come again for another live. And
Yes,
again, Deann, thank you, and everybody have a good night and a good start of your week. So, mwah.
Mwah.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Heather.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.